and greatest. Hope everybody's doing well, feeling fantastic and excellent spirits. As you well know, I'm in excellent spirits because last night, although I went to bed for me relatively early, I didn't watch the end of the Dodger-Philly game. I saw that the Phillies extended their lead late and now have survived to play a game 4 tonight. I also saw that the Cubs, although I didn't really watch that game, that they were able to beat the Brewers, so they extend their season. We know the Tigers beat the Mariners and have a game 5 tomorrow in Seattle with Tarek Skubal, and I'm certainly anticipating and fascinated to see how that's going to unfold. But like I said before, although I went to bed around 11:45, which, like I said, is early for me, and I wish I could go to bed earlier. Cole, good morning, sir. I will say that last night's sleep was probably as good as any because there is a baseball team out of the remaining 4 series. 3 of them, as I just detailed, are still alive and breathing, and 1 is packing up for a vacation somewhere, Cancun, the Caribbean, maybe somewhere overseas in Europe. But the New York Yankees, the 2025 version of the New York Yankees, are now gone, out, kaput, sayonara, bye-bye, as they will not even advance to an ALCS, let alone a World Series, not win a championship. And not only does that bring joy to my heart, not only does that bring a lot of relief because I don't have to deal with the Yankee fans anymore, at least for this year. And as I've said, time after time after time after time, now for what? Let's count them. 16 years, it's another winter that I can sleep in peace. And one more time, as you can tell, I got the Joker's grin from ear to ear. I am ecstatic. And there's a lot to unpack with this Yankee team, which I will talk about in the podcast. This is your podcast pregame, of course. And let's see. Hey, bye-bye, ciao, yes, for the Yankees, Pop. You know that. Thank you for hopping on board. And, of course, Cole. Well, I could eat everything I said yesterday about the Tigers. Yes. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about that, too, about Skubal tomorrow, because I am fascinated by that game. And God is good. Happy birthday. How old are you, God is good? I'm curious. Speaking of which, where's Miles? Miles' birthday was 2 days ago, so happy belated to him. He's 14 now. So I got to give him a shout out. And I gave him a shout out on yesterday's live stream, too, toward the end. God is good. Are you, Miles, playing games? I know you're Felicia one day, or Miles the next. You were another name not too long ago. Well, your birthday's, if this is you, Miles, isn't your birthday, or wasn't your birthday? No, it's not. I'm sorry, my apologies, because I know somebody else who turned 14 on the 7th, but if today's your birthday, God is good, happy birthday to you. What part of the country are you from? What part of the world are you from, if that's the case? I'm curious. But as far as the baseball and the Yankees, and don't worry, I'll get to your comments as we go along here. Last night was just fantastic. And I really thought that the Yankees were going to win last night because based on the night before and them winning that game and Aaron Judge having his moment, I mean, that is the biggest nonsense. And I know I didn't bring that up yesterday in the live stream, but let's face it. He finally had a postseason that people are going to remember. They're going to look back at 2025, and he said he finally hit and he finally produced and they had the big moment. But last year, he hit a home run off of Emmanuel Clase. Did he not? And then he also hit a home run in Game 1 or Game 5 of the World Series. I understand what happened in Game 5, the drop fly ball, which everybody's going to remember. But, yeah, I understand it was a big moment because they were down 6-3. He tied the game, dramatic. And it was in the 4th inning when that happened. But, yeah, that moment is now bye-bye. Yeah, Yankee fans will remember it. But in the grand scheme of things, who cares? I'm not doing that to try to rain on the Yankee fans parade, but it's a fact. Because just like they could rain on the Met fan parade in 2006 with the Andy Chavez catch, as beautiful as that was, and it'll still be remembered as one of the great catches of all time, but it came in a loss. Game 7, 2006 NLCS. If you don't recall, all you have to do is just go back to the channel And I had a vlog of Shea Stadium, the memories, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. And I chronicle that. So, yeah, the Aaron Judge moment of 2 nights ago is now a distant memory. That's all there is to it. Oh, you're from Texas. God is good. All right, cool. Nice. Welcome aboard. I appreciate you hopping on board. And it's your birthday, so happy birthday to you. You have 14, and maybe you have 1,400 many more birthdays down the road. So for the Yankee fan, I don't have to hear from him anymore. I don't have to hear the trolling with the Mets and Soto and Steve Cohen and worst team money can buy. I don't have to hear about that ever. Nike, my guy. Yes, good morning to you. Blessings. What a beautiful day. Yankees are now packing their golf bags and heading out to the golf course. Yes, they are, which is a beautiful thing. And for those Yankee fans that try to get at me early in the week with the whole, which is weird, did you see the photo of Juan Soto on a flight as he was landing somewhere in Mexico where we found out it was Cancun? And they were laughing, oh, look at this, Juan Soto in Cancun. Well, guess what? Aaron Judge and Cam Schlittler and Carlos Rodon and Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman could join him in Cancun right now because their season is over. And I even had a Yankee fan get at me last night on Threads because she had come out to say on her Threads, I forgot her name, it's like Ms. something or other. And again, this is nothing personal. So for the Yankee fan, or for those that are watching this, that they go, oh, look at this hater. Oh, look at blah, blah. No. This is business. This is not personal. I'm not attacking you as a fan. I'm not attacking you as a person, character, etc. I'm attacking the Yankee fan because just like they dished it out 10 days ago when the Mets were ousted by the Marlins, and you know me, I'm the first one on the front line to kill my Mets. So it's not even a thing where like, oh, no. Because as much as you want to destroy my team, I'm in the front line destroying them. So I don't want to hear that. But for the Yankee fan, and this one woman on Threads, I wish I could pull this up, but she came out and said, oh, I'm still going to love my Yankees. Well, we beat Boston and the Mets this year, so I'm good. I said, you split the season series against us, number one. So 3-3. And number two, the Red Sox, yeah, you could talk about all you want, but you're also sent home packing. And as he came out and said that, oh, well, we have 27 rings to your 2, so Yankee fans are good. And I said, nobody cares about your 27 World Series today. Sorry. On top of all that, yeah, Yankee fans, you're good. How about Aaron Boone as your manager? How about Brian Cashman as your GM? And how about Hal Steinbrenner, the owner, who is far from his father? So I don't think Yankee fans are good because it's 16 years without a World Series, which is the third largest drought in franchise history. Oh, the 27 World Championships. Nobody cares. No one. To me, and I even mentioned to her, I said, that's a front-running thing of you to say, which it is. Let's call it as we see it. So I had to call her out. And I hope she writes back, and I'll see. As a matter of fact, you ready? I'll even read this verbatim because I have my laptop here. Let's see. I got to have fun. This is my one moment. And just like I said on my post, yeah, I get to your comments here. I see them. Hey, 67 kid, what's happening? What's that emoji there? Cole, you were right. I started watching the Tigers game and turned it off in the third inning, put it back on in the fifth. Yeah. Fishing Angel, good morning to you. Our mutual friend Rachel, the Yankee fan from the Bronx, has gone silent. Bendito, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're hot stuff. Let me see. Did she write back? I hope I have a ton of comments. Nah. All right, so here it was. You ready for this? So I write back. Oh, it's I'll even give it. Her name is Miss Eve. Okay. So I'm going to give her the benefit. So she writes, ready for this? She writes, and this is verbatim, say what you want, at least we beat Boston and the Mets at Yankees. So then I write back, which I found that preposterous. I said, what do the Mets have anything to do with this? By the way, the season series was split between the Mets and Yanks. No bragging rights at all. So then she writes, we made it to the playoffs. They didn't. I hate them. End of story, in caps. So, of course, I wrote back, you guys did make the playoffs. You're right about that the Mets didn't. The feeling is mutual regarding the teams we love to hate. Nothing personal, strictly business. And then, girl, I hate them more. Yankees for life. Let me tell you something to all these Yankee fans out here, okay? You can hate on the Mets all you want, and that's perfectly fine. Just like I can hate on the Yankees all I want. And this is the reason why I can't stand their fans. Because it's almost as if they have the entitlement, because of the 27 World Series rings, because of their history, their tradition, etc., which cannot be denied. And listen, I even went to the old grounds at Yankee Stadium and did a video 2 years ago to where I chronicled all the good moments. Yeah, maybe there's a couple of bad in there, but I talked about how revered that Yankee Stadium ground is. It's on the channel. Go back and check it out. So, and I also have a couple of other videos coming out later this month on my channel that highlight some of the great moments that happened on the old Yankee Stadium turf, especially me being a witness of that, whether I was a boy or an adult. So I'm actually going to showcase and highlight that because I am not only a kook of a sports fan, but I'm a diehard baseball fan. And yes, we know that the contributions that the Yankee organization has made throughout the 150 some odd year history of Major League Baseball. But with that being said, a lot of the fans want to puff their chest out to think that they're God's gift to baseball, where in actuality, over the last 16 years, they have not. And here they are wanting to blow back at the Mets, and they can have a right to do that. But in a loss last night, where they should be thinking about their own team, about their manager, about their GM, about how this team has been put together. I don't want to say just as bad as the Mets, because the Mets are, but just as bad because they got a million DHs, they got a million different players at all these different positions where, let's face it, they need a bit of a reset. And the team is old. Giancarlo, who I love, he's going to be, get ready for this, 36 next month. Aaron Judge, by the time you get to late April next year, 34. Garrett Cole, he's going to come back with a new arm, bionic. I believe he's going to be 35. You also have, if you're going to bring back Cody Bellinger, he's no spring chicken. I believe he's touching 30. And yes, I understand they have Jason Dominguez, and I understand they have other players. How about Anthony Volpe? That guy was a flat-out disaster. Not only was he 1 for 15 with 10 strikeouts, but in his last 12 at-bats, he was 0 for 12 with 10 strikeouts. I mean, and he has another shortstop who was the #1 pick a few years ago that he's going to have to look over his shoulder, and the one George Lombard, who I understand he's 20 years old, so he's probably not going to be up with the big team for another couple of years. But guess what? Next year's do or die for Volpe. If he doesn't have a comeback year where he's going to bat between 250, 275, hit 20-some-odd home runs, driving 80-something, he's going to be out of here. And Dominguez, he cannot catch a fly ball to save his life. I mean, let's face it, he is a terrible outfielder. The guy can hit, he can mash, he can run. I understand they call him the Martian. But Yankee fans, worry about your team. Don't worry about the Mets and their fans. And yes, you can say, well, how you're talking about the Yankees today? Yes, I'm talking about them because right now I'm stomping on their grave for 2025. I am holding a celebration. It's not a funeral, a celebration that the Yankees are gone. Toast, sayonara, peace, all of it. Let's get to these comments here. Tigers won, hell yeah. You know it, Fishing Angel. I'm moving for you guys hard tomorrow. That's what's crappy, people. I've been bashing people the last couple of days for making, Kyron Lacy videos. Yeah, I know the Kyron Lacy's. Yeah, exactly. And that whole scenario. Yeah, it's the LSU kid. I know whatchamacallit came out the other day, a couple of days ago. Ryan Clark, he said something after the Monday night game. And, yeah. People are going to start talking about that. I mean, they got to find something else better to do. And the only reason why and this is my only day where I troll the Yankees. This isn't a comeback to them trolling me or anything like that, because the only thing I said this year about the Yankee fans, not even the organization, their fans, was when Juan Soto returned to Yankee Stadium back on May 16th this year, and how the Yankee fans were so damn petty. And I get it. That was their chance to scream, to direct their vitriol towards Soto. So that I could get. But when the bleacher creatures turned their backs, did one of these when Soto came out the right field. I'm saying, you guys, he's living rent free in your head. And it was just an absolute joke. So I had to call him out on that. But other than that, I don't say anything about the team. I don't say anything about the organization. Yeah, of course, I'll critique them throughout the course of the year because that's what I do. But I do it very objectively. And I do go back and check all those receipts. But when they lose in the playoffs or don't qualify for the playoffs as they did 2 years ago, I have every right to celebrate. And it feels great to know that I'm going to have another winter I can sleep in peace. That I don't have to hear the fans chirp. I don't have to hear anything about a parade up the Canyon of Zeros in Lower Manhattan, not heroes, zeros. And I understand that's no disrespect to the heroes before us, but in reference to the Yankees tied into that World Series parade that we have not seen now for 16 years. That's why I call it the Canyon of Zeros. So for the Yankee fan, you just got to grin and bear it. Suck it up for one day. One day. Because it's not as if I'm going to continue to needle you or come at you or whatever. And it couldn't happen on a better day because the podcast pregame, because let's face it, if they would have played a game tomorrow night and would have lost to Toronto, and yeah, I could have put up a live right after or the next day. But because it's on a podcast pregame, because the podcast is coming out today, because I have the platform to speak on all this, you know I am in my glory. It's the one day of the year that I look forward to. And the Lord knows, as I said yesterday, I've seen enough Yankee championships to last 40 lifetimes. So I just hope that as long as I'm alive on this planet, and hopefully for many decades to go, that I do not see another one. Because I know when that day comes, and I'm going to say when, I should say if, that day comes where the Yankees win a title, everybody's going to bombard me. But guess what? I'm going to have to grin and bear it. I'm going to have to take it. I'm going to have to give congratulations. I'm going to have to suck it up. That's it. Just like you, the Yankee fan, has to suck it up today. And it's not personal. That's the thing. They get all personal. Bet that is shape. Oh, your team sucks. Well, I hate your team. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that's fine. And that's where it's not personal because it's not directed toward me and they're not saying F you or you suck or whatever. Listen, we can go back and forth all as long as it doesn't get personal. But they just take it so deep and personal. They cut so deep where it's like, well, I hate your team more. All I got to say is this. You may hate my Met team more, but that is infinitesimal to how I cannot stand, I loathe, I detest, I disdain, I have sports hate for the New York Yankees. I'll never root for them. Never. Ever. There isn't another. I don't think there's anybody on this planet that hates a sports team more than I hate the Yankees. And if there is, I want to meet them. Because, again, I've had my overfill of these fans parading the streets, puffing their chest out, talking about how, oh, we have 27 rings, bro, and you don't. Nobody cares about those rings today. Nobody cares you have 27. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That's like me coming out to the Jet fan or to the Giants fan. Oh, we have 6 Super Bowl rings, bro. No one cares. If the Steelers win the Super Bowl this year, which I don't think they will, but if they win the Super Bowl, then I can brag, boast, and talk all the smack I want. But until they win that next one, I'm not going to bring up, 6 Super Bowl rings. No one cares. That is a front-running thing, almost a bandwagon-like fan thing to say. So, I don't want to hear it. Well, even when the Celtics won 2 years ago, big Celtic fan, 18 championship. Oh, we have 18 rings, bro. Did you hear any of that? See any of that when the Celtics won? No, because I know better. Yes, I was basking in it. Their first championship since 2008. Loved it, etc., so on and so forth. Did I come out and say, later for everybody, F the Lakers, F the Knicks, F this, F that, And then you have the Knicks fan. who, after beating the Celtics in the second round of this year's playoff, their fans hanging off of light posts, Spike Lee and Stephen A. Smith dancing in the streets as if they won something, and I laughed at that. And it wasn't even a thing I took it personal because against the Celtics. I did not. Now, the Celtics had zero business losing that series. Zero. But you had the Knicks fans celebrating as if they won a championship. And all they got them was to a conference final. And they can come out and say, well, hey, it was a conference final. It was the first time in 25 years. Again, a conference final. You didn't win the NBA title. You didn't win the championship. You didn't have a parade. You're not going to have a banner hanging in the rafters or get in the rings. And these guys are celebrating as if they hit the lotto. And I laughed at that. And people looked at me and said, oh, give the Knicks fans a break. Give them a break for what? What did they win? They didn't win anything. And then when they lost to the Pacers, I'm like, this is what you get. And yes, I called out Stephen A. and I called out even Spike Lee. Because it's like, come on, guys, seriously? Here they are talking about, oh, yeah, we're going to beat Indiana, the championship, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I can smell it. I can taste it. Oh, wait, maybe we could beat OKC. We beat the Celtics. We could beat Oklahoma City. You didn't even get to Oklahoma City. And if they would have played Oklahoma City, we got smacked. I mean, come on, let's face it. All right, let me get some of these comments here. I know, I'm going off on it. Listen, it's my day. I feel like it's like New Year's Eve. All right, here we go. Yeah, trolling a team is different than trolling a young man. Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. I mean, people are going to do that. They got to find something else better to do. So-called sports channels are acting like they're lawyers now, and it's sad in my opinion. Right. Is that directed towards Ryan Clark? Because I know Ryan Clark said something, and of course he went to LSU, so obviously he's going to feel like he's going to have to say something. I understand he has a podcast, just like everybody else does. I get it. But he has The Pivot, which obviously is a big platform for him. And listen, he said what he said, whatever. How I look at it is that, you can't bring the guy back. And I even think he made a mention of that. You can't bring him back. No amount of money, blah, 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 whatever. But still, yeah. I totally agree with you there. I seen a video of the Yankee fans booing the Canadian national anthem. I'm not a fan of Canada myself, but damn, I have respect, and that's disgusting. Yeah. Nah, it's atrocious. It's bad. And if you're going to boo a national anthem, again, find something else better to do. I totally agree. I know fans are going to be fans. They're going to get loaded, drunk, whatever. And the same flip-flop, too, where during the Four Nations Cup, the face-off, where the Canadian fans were booing the national anthem here for U.S. And listen, people are going to do what they're going to do. You can't take it personal. I even understand to a certain extent why they're going to boo the national anthem. But really, is that, I mean, what's that going to do? What's that going to solve? Nothing. Nah, and again, yeah, if the Yankee fans are going to boo the Canadian national anthem because Toronto was there, or let's say Toronto, when they go play in Seattle or Detroit, are they going to boo the Canadian national anthem? I mean, if they do, it's like, come on, guys. Really? Is this what it's going to come down to? So I feel you on that, Cole. Warriors, preseason, yes. I know you're psyched about the Warriors there, Val. And hi to you, Val. I know I didn't say hello before. Nick's got a gift to get past the Pistons. Yeah, I know. And the Pistons were young. And let me tell you something. I won't go as far as saying the Pistons should have won that series, but they were pretty damn close. Well, let's put it this way. You know what, Cole? I take that back. They should have won game one because they dominated that whole game, and then that Knicks went on a 22-0 run from like the 9.5-minute mark to the 3.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. If it wasn't for that run, they would have lost that game. They got the terrible call at the end of game four, which the Pistons could have won that game. And I understand woulda, coulda, shoulda, but yeah, Pistons should have won. Good morning, good morning. Nike, yes, take care, my friend, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Blessings to all. Enjoy your celebration, yes. Pistons are for real this season. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Pistons are going to play, especially with the East week. Celtics, Pacers, obviously with the injuries, the Bucks, With Giannis, who knows? The Knicks, I know there's gonna be a lot of pressure for the Knicks to win this year, and I don't know if that's a good thing, quite frankly. With a new coach too, and the NBA season begins 2 weeks from. That's a lie. A week from this Tuesday. So, but yes, it's a glorious day. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna chronicle some of the things I mentioned here about the Yankees. I'll talk about on the podcast. I'll have some fun with that. But yes, I want to talk about the other series, Tigers. That is going to be a fascinating game tomorrow, and that's what 8:00. Now it's going to be a weird weekend for yours truly because tomorrow afternoon I got to head out to Long Island because one of my wife's friends getting married, and they're doing this ceremony. It's more for the women first. It's a religious thing. They're doing the ceremony there tomorrow night, which I don't have to be a part of. So that means I can watch the baseball game, which is great. Saturday is tricky because if the Phillies and Cubs win today, you'll have the 2-game 5 Saturday. And I believe those games will be, let's get official. They will be, let's refresh. No, we don't want that. Well, the bottom line is this. I have a busy weekend, wedding tomorrow, ceremony tomorrow, and then there's the actual wedding on Saturday to where it's going to be tough for me to watch sports. So I know that the games on Saturday, and I think they're in the evening. Yeah, tonight is 6 and 9. Detroit, Seattle's 8:08. And Saturday, is it to be determined? Oh, 4:30 and 8. Yeah, what's that? That's Dodgers, Phillies. Yeah, because the wedding will end like 6, but then it's going to be like after the ceremony. Yeah, so it's going to be tricky for me to watch some of the baseball this weekend, but I'll be on top of it as much as I can. Hey, Tatsuya, RIP Aaron Judge's career. Judge the David Price the hitters. I like that goal. RIP Aaron Judge's career. Now listen, he finally had and he batted 500. And I understand a lot of them are singles. He had a couple doubles, and he hit as I said before, I don't know if you saw that Tatsuya / Rhoda / baseball purist / everyday Mets / emergency podcast. You got all the aliases. For Judge to wake up finally, but to have that moment, didn't he have a moment last year when he hit the home run of Emmanuel Clase? And what was that, game 4? And he also had his moment, game 5 of the World Series last year, where he finally hit a home run. So this moment the other night, and I understand it was dramatic because they were down 6-3, and he hit a pitch. Listen, I got to give Judge credit. He hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, like up here, and he hit it out of the ballpark, which, listen, not many people on the planet can do. And Judge the monster. There's no ifs, ands, buts, babies about it. I got to give him all the credit in the world. But this is to the Yankee fan again. That moment means squat, zilch, nada. I understand the Yankee fan will remember, that home run that he hit against Toronto. Okay, but did they even win the series? Did they advance? No, they did not. So, yes, they'll be remembered among the Yankee fans, but at the same time, 20 years from now, when you think back, they already forgot about the Emmanuel Clase home run. And actually, that was a series that they won. So to me, that was his Yankee moment. And that was in game 4. And then Giancarlo hit the home run after that. If you remember, it was back-to-back in the 9th inning. That was the moment. So you want to talk about this moment at home? All right, you want to say he had his moment at home? Well, what about that home run in game 1 over Jack Flaherty? Oh, by the way, yeah, he dropped the ball in center field. But the Yankee fans, again, they can't get out of their own way sometimes because they're always looking to hang on to something. So, why did they do that? It was a 4:30 start yesterday for the Tigers. I know, because they were thinking that the Yankees would have won last night. Game 5 would have been at 8:08 and 4:38. I know, it's terrible. So, and they got to put it in prime time. Is that game on Fox? If it's on FS1, that's a disaster. That game's going to be on Fox, but it's going to be FS1. I know the championship series will be on Fox. Wait, let me think about that. Is it the National League or American League this year? Dodgers last year. Wait, Yankees played. Yeah, the American League's on Fox this year. Because last year, Yankees Cleveland was on TNT. And I forgot, who the hell did the Dodgers play in the NLCS last year? Oh, the Mets. Could you imagine the Mets were in the NLCS last year? Oh, my God. And I even forgot for a split second. This goes to show you how far off I am with the Mets. Michael Porcello, what's up, man? Dodge God's year. Dodge God's year 2. What's Dodge God's? Are you referring to the Dodgers? Speaking of Dodgers, I wonder where Bio is. What up, Michael? Where you from? Curious. And thank you for hopping on board this live. Talking sports, mostly baseball, because I have a podcast coming out later today. I'd say around 12:30 Eastern time, right here on YouTube, but also on Apple, Spotify, the website, JAYREELZ.com. And if you haven't subscribed, I appreciate you do so. Dodgers. Yes, you're a Dodger fan. Oh, Cole, so they're on Fox tomorrow? I was looking that up, but of course, me being sidetracked. They're on Fox. Good for them. And they should be on Fox. This FS1. Garbage. Nonsense. So that's what you have there. Let's see. Florida now, LA originally. Oh, wait, that's why they changed it prime time for more money. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Florida, LA originally. All right, what part of Florida, if I may ask? I'm curious. Oh, how about this? North, Central, or South Florida? I'm a South Florida guy, if you ask me. So Dodgers, big Dodger fan from LA. That's cool. Glad you hopped on board. Dodgers tonight. You think they're going to do it? Tyler Glasnow, he's going to get the start. Remember, he pitched in relief in game 1. Jacksonville North. All right. Duval County. Duval in the house. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, how do you feel about your Dodgers? Now, I'll say this. As crazy as this is going to sound, if the Dodgers lose tonight, you would think all the pressure would be on the Dodgers considering they're down 0-2. But I think all the pressure would be on the Phillies, as weird as that may sound, because the Phillies at home in the playoffs have been brutal over the years. Think about it. 2022, they won that game 3 against Houston. Game 4, they got no hit. And then they also lost game 5 at home. 2023, they were up 3-2 against Arizona. The Diamondbacks. They came home, game 6, game 7, to win 1 game. They lost both. Peace. Mets last year, division series. Up 1-0 in the 8th inning. Zach Wheeler dealing. Mets score 5 runs, top 8, win that game. And they barely won game 2 before the Mets took care of them at Citi Field. And then this year, the Dodgers won the first 2 games in Philadelphia. Why can't they win a third? What's the old meme? So that's what you got. But yeah, so I'm fascinated by the game tomorrow with Scooble. All the pressure's on Seattle. I understand they're going to pitch George Kirby, but it's Tarek Skubal. So I'll be watching that in a bar somewhere, or I could probably watch it in my hotel room now because I will not have to worry. I'll probably go to a bar, those sports while I watch the game. And tonight, let's see what happens. I'll talk about that on the podcast too, if the Cubs will survive, as well as the Phillies. And what's that, 6:08 and 8? Is that 9:08? Yeah, 9:08. I wish those games were earlier. Why could the Cubs be on at 4:30? Or how about 5? How about 5 and 8 o'clock? That's perfect. Oh, in fact, wait a second. The Dodger game is first. I thought the Dodgers were in prime time, and they got the Cubs late. All right. I guess they flip-flopped because yesterday Milwaukee, Chicago was at 5. And all right, I get it. So, yeah, we'll talk about the baseball on the podcast. NFL, the schedule is so-so. You have Detroit, Kansas City, which is the Sunday night game. I'm sick of the Chiefs. The Chiefs are on every week. Jacksonville here. They played the Giants on a Sunday night. What was it, 2 weeks before that? They played the Ravens 425 for the whole country to see. They had the Sao Paulo game. They had the Eagle game, which everybody, I'm just sick of the Chiefs. Oh, enough. And I hope the Lions kill them. I've said it over and over and over. I don't trust Tarek in a big game. I know. But I trust him more than Kirby. That I can say yes. And Kirby's a good pitcher, but no. I mean, Schoolball's the guy. You would think he's going to win another Cy Young. So, fingers crossed for you and Fishing Angel Cole. But, yeah, NFL, college schedule's not too bad. Cole, Michigan and USC, that's going to be a good game. I know USC's, 4-1? That's going to be interesting. And that's a night game. Indiana, Oregon, I want to see what Indiana's made of now. Okay? I don't want to hear this nonsense. They killed Illinois a few weeks ago. And I know Ohio State's playing at Illinois, but to me, Illinois, I don't care. They're ranked, 17th? To me, they're small potatoes. But I want to see Indiana, Oregon. That, if Indiana's competitive in the game, if they lose 28-24, or let's say they have the ball late, and all right, they turn the ball over, whatever, but I want them to be competitive in the game. I don't want to see 31-14. I don't want to see a blowout. Now, I hope so, because I can't stand their coach. Kurt Cignetti, to me, he's like too big for his britches. But Indiana, if they're in the game in the fourth quarter, within a score, no, not they're down by 13 and then they score a touchdown and then Oregon gets the ball and they run out the clock. No. Either I want them to be within a score, so 28-24, and I want them to have a chance to have the ball to maybe even take the lead. Similar to last year in the championship game with Oregon and Penn State, where Penn State was down 35-27, but Penn State had the ball there late to go for the game-time score. That's what I want to see with Indiana. If I don't see that, to me, they're frauds. End of story. Fishing Angel, Michigan is going to win for sure. Michigan Wolverines are yes. No, I think they're going to win. Yeah, USC can't rush the football. To me, that will decide the game. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, unless now that was in Pasadena with UCLA, because obviously they're going to play in the LA Coliseum. But whatever permeated in Pasadena, if that somehow, some way makes its way over to USC, because considering when Penn State got spanked by the Bruins there on Saturday, although I don't see that happening, because Penn State, as we all know, they're frauds too. But, yeah, so you got that with the college on Saturday. And then the hockey, I want to talk about Connor McDavid. He signed his contract with Edmonton 2 years. What does that mean? And Edmonton's coming to New York for a very early trip. In fact, their first road trip of the year. They're going to play the Devils, Rangers, and Islanders on this trip. I would love to get a chance to see McDavid in person. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do so, but that's next week. And then, yeah, I want to talk about Giannis, too, in Milwaukee. So I'm going to get to that. That's going to be on the podcast today. So for those watching for the first time, if you could check that out, I'd appreciate it. Again, Apple, Spotify, JAYREELZ.com, the YouTube channel right here. You'll get the podcast. And, yeah, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. It will help the channel out a lot. An independent, full-time content creator like yours truly. I've been doing this now 20 months. Oh, to think. What was that? February the 6th was my last day in corporate America. And since then, yeah, just been trying to hustle, do my thing. Michigan was smart. They seen what happened at Penn State. Oh, yeah, I can't see that happening. Oh, and they did. They left Wednesday? Oh, that's very smart. No, that's the way to do it. And you know why? They're practicing in the Chargers building. I'm sure they made a phone call to Mr. Jim Harbaugh to say, hey, you know we got a game Saturday. Now, the Chargers, they're on the road this week, aren't they? Aren't the Chargers playing in Miami? Yeah, because I know the Rams are in Baltimore. So that's why the building is empty. If they're practicing at SoFi, unless there's a concert or something. But the Chargers are in Miami this week. Yes, they are. So the building is free. Is the game being played in SoFi? Michigan, USC. Let's look that up. Now, I would think it's at the Coliseum. Let's see. Michigan, USC. Yeah, it's at the Coliseum. It's not at SoFi. That would have been perfect to play at SoFi, unless, again, there's a concert or something else going on. Michael, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for subbing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you love sports, this is the channel to be on. And this is no clickbait, no rage bait, no frills. This is sports. Now, sometimes on these podcast pre-games that I do, yeah, it can kind of go off the rails. We can talk about music, we can talk about life, whatever. But I mostly strictly talk about sports. And I also do a live stream every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern time. Well, you're on the East Coast here in Florida. So if you're at work or during a lunch hour, you want to hop on board, it's similar to this. My usual suspects are there. Cole, Fishing Angel, Val is always there. James Dean, Nike, who was here earlier. Yeah, so I got my usual suspects, my kooks, as I like to call them, because we are sports kooks. And I've been a sports kook for life. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm just trying to sell myself. You know what I mean? So did you listen to any videos just then? Yes, Cole. I will get back to you on that. I know you texted me that. And you also sent me something else. Oh, yeah, last night with the Fago. It was not Fago. The drum roll, please. The Fanta mashup. That too. Yeah, I will, after I do the podcast, and yeah, I got a couple things to do because today's my anniversary, as you know, so I got to run out and do some last minute things because we're going out to dinner. But I will follow up. I know the first video you sent me, the Black Dahlia, I thought that was good. It was reminiscent to those days. And I'm right. I know you said that to me, what, last Wednesday? Or was it Thursday? Thursday, we're right. And the other ones I just opened and listened to it a little bit, but I didn't really get the full song or really get the full grasp of the songs. So trust me, I will get back to you on that. I have not forgotten, but I appreciate you reaching out and sending that reminder. But that's what we got. So yes, like I said, this is sports the way it ought to be. True sports talk. No stupid debates. No regurgitated narratives. No typical that you see on First Take, whatever. No, you're not going to get that. I'm not starting my podcast off with Shedeur Sanders or Dak Prescott or no. Not at all. It is October. It is baseball. That is front and center. Yes, I'll touch on the football, the college football. Trust me, baseball now is down to its final couple of weeks. We have November, December, January, and February to talk football. So for the NFL fan, you're not forgotten. To the diehard football fan, it's not as if, I'm doing that out of spite. This is a road to a World Series. So, Kimmy Salvatore, long time no see. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much, Kimmy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, and it's been a while. It's been what? How many weeks? But thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, this is, to me, sports talk should be about not only being opinionated, most importantly, being credible, with integrity, and not all the nonsense that you see on some of these YouTube channels, the videos that they put out. Like I said, it's always, what did LeBron do now? The Lakers did what? It's like, come on. And I understand they're a lightning rod for discussion. And right, I talk LeBron and Lakers on my podcast, or not necessarily here on these podcast pre-games. But of course, I'll talk about them accordingly. Like, there were videos out about the second decision regarding LeBron. And I said to myself, don't tell me he's going to do something. I said, you know what? Let me wait and see how this unfolds. And then it was a partnership with Hennessy where everybody lost their shit. I'm like, because again, everybody's looking to pounce. Everybody's looking to jump on, what is he going to do? What is he going to say? Blah, blah, blah. And it was all for nothing. He had you guys hoodwinked. He had pulled the rug over your eyes. I mean, come on. And that's what I mean. Everybody wants to just jump on the latest trends or, I got the scoop or, I got this, and I get it. We live in a world where information is processed and spit out faster than you could blink. But I'm one of those that, yes, I'm on top of anything that happens in sports. But again, the players, teams, owners, They don't need to be regurgitated every 5 seconds. Like I said, I'm chiefed out. I have chief fatigue. Whatever. Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Oh, the Chiefs are in trouble. Travis Kelce. Stop. Nobody needs to hear more about that. Oh, that's your guy, Val. George Kittle's birthday today. Happy birthday to Mr. Kittle. Dak's doing what Joe Burrow did last year. And Dak's having a very good season. They're 2-2-1, though. That's the thing. And that's the other thing, too, is I can't stand. Have you heard me, any of you guys, especially Cole, you're at Val, you guys know, and if you're still on, Michael, have I made any mention about, Dak Prescott, what a game the other day, early MVP discussion. Whoa, Baker Mayfield, big win in Seattle. Oh, right now he's the front runner for MVP. Do you understand we're going into week 6? There are 18 weeks in the NFL season. You're going to start talking about the MVP in October? Come on. And this is what I mean. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I always keep it real. I always keep it authentic. I always keep it transparent. There's no need to discuss MVP. That's like saying LeBron, it's the middle of November. He's averaging 35 points a game. He's 40 years of age. Oh, give him the MVP. You're a month into the season. Are we really going to have this discussion? Oh, well, it's fodder for sports talk. Yeah, it is. But in March, maybe, when it's a month away from the season concluding, not November. Thank you, Fishing Angel. I appreciate you. And I appreciate that. Lions don't pay Hutch. I'm never watching again. Yeah, no, they're going to pay him. They'd be nuts if they don't. Me personally, I'd be pissed. If he's not that good, it would cost way too much. Oh, Sauce Gardner. Oh, wait, I got to scroll up. I'm missing these comments here. All right. Defense is so bad. Have to throw the ball 40 times a game, then you have crazy good numbers. Yeah. You hit it right in the head, Cole. Exactly. Purdy, Jennings, Pearsall weren't practicing yesterday. Yeah, Purdy, the quarterback, Jennings, and Pearsall, your wide receivers. And the Niners have a pretty good game coming up here. Tampa. That's a real good game. I watched the video yesterday. Sauce Gardner to the Lions. Thoughts on that? Ooh. Now, who knows? Maybe he does need to change the scenery, but this is what? 4th year in the league? And I believe it was all-pro the first 2. Last year, no. This year, no at all. Sauce Gardner to the Lions. Depends on what you're going to give up. I would not give up. I would give up. The highest pick I would give is a 3rd-round pick. I know the Jet fan will be like, what? You're crazy, JAYREELZ. What has Sauce Gardner done in the last few years that he's worthy of a 2nd round? Forget about 1st round. And they're going to want a 1st-round pick because based on his ability. Now, mind you, he signed a big deal this offseason. I think he signed like 4 for 100 and some odd. So I don't know what the salary cap situation is. I'm sure they'll manipulate it. But Sauce can be a good corner, without question. But he's regressed. Big time. Yeah, and they got to pay Hutchinson. Pass rushers don't grow on trees. Week 7, Falcons 49ers game, Kittle returns. All right. Yes, thank you, Cole. Appreciate that. The anniversary wishes. But, yeah. So that's what I got, people. That is my podcast pregame. I know I'll get cracking on this. This is going to be a lot of fun. I always love doing these live streams. Or this is a live stream, I get it. But this is more like a pop-up as opposed to it being planned like the Wednesday live stream. Let's see. What else do I got? Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I got with the sports world. Yeah, I'll be busy a bit tomorrow and Saturday. Sunday, I know there's a nor'easter coming through here, so the weather's going to be crappy. So I'll be watching football all day. Now, the thing is, by the time I get home, it'll probably be about 1:30 because we got to go pick up our puppy because the puppy's getting dog sat with a friend. And then we'll pick up some food and come home. So I probably won't get home till about 2 o'clock. So right around the end of the first half of these games. Of course, I'll watch the Steeler game, and then I'll hop on from there. I know, who knows, I'll probably be in and out of some of the games. The 4 o'clock game, I do want to see San Francisco, Tampa. But who knows? I may be exhausted myself because this wedding. It's like from 1 to 6. And then there's the after party, which is going to be 6 to God knows what time. And yes, you too, Cole. Have a great day. I'll follow up with you later for sure. And yeah, so it's going to be a busy weekend. But then again, it's been a busy week for me too. Obviously, it's going to be a busy day. Yes, you too, Fishing Angel. Have a great day. Thank you to you and yours as always. Much appreciate you both. You know that. Yeah. So that's what I got. So get ready. Podcast coming later, as you know. I know I've said that and babbled throughout. Yes, 10:20. Let me sign off so I could get cracking on this recording. So for everybody that hopped on board, Nike, Michael, new subscriber, I appreciate you. Val, Nike. I didn't see bio on here. Kimmy, thank you. 67 Kid, God is good. Pop or Vlado. Of course, Vladislav Popovich, gotta give him a shout. Want to make sure I get everybody on here. I think I got everybody. Cole Fishing Angel, of course. My mainstays, Val. You know, I appreciate you all. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. Oh, it was great. Oh, thank you, Mike. Again, was my fishing buddy and best friend. Was. Thank you, Mike. Again, thanks for hopping on board. You won't be disappointed. My podcast coming later. You'll check it out. Hopefully, not only the audio, if you're more of a podcast listener, Apple, Spotify, if you want the visual. And I got to add graphics. I know it's just me and my recording straight through. I will add graphics as we move it along, but I'm a one-man operation. I don't have a team. I don't have an editor that's going to put all the fancy bells and whistles in the video, so I just want to throw that out there. But again, I can't thank you guys enough, and I thank you profusely. And I will continue to do so whether I have 700 subscribers, 7,000, 70,000, 700,000, or 7 million. Because you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You fuel that engine that when it comes to putting out content, it's you that drives that. And you are my CEOs because you're the ones that come here to watch me. So therefore, I got to make sure I deliver, I am credible, I am accountable, all that. So last time, I appreciate you. I'll shut up. As always, from the South Bronx to Southeast to South Central to South Pacific and all points beyond, peace, love, and God bless everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. Podcast later. Monday, of course, I'll have another podcast pregame, so you want to jump on then. And sorry, piano class with my daughter. I'm back. Oh, Vlado, I'm getting ready to head out. I want to be security. Yes, you can be. Cole, you know that. Vlado, I'll get you next time. Yeah, it's over. I know, because I'm getting ready to sign off. I got to record my podcast. I can stay on forever with you guys. You know that, but again, but we will talk soon. I'll be back Monday, 9:30. You know that, Vlado. So it's all good. And of course, thoughts, as always, for your mom. Hope she's doing well. Until next time, everybody, on the flip, much appreciate your love and support.